Welcome to this Salesforce KT session. And as you already know that this is Salesforce admin session, right? So before starting the session, okay, we have some prerequisite. So let me explain about prerequisite. So let me explain this prerequisite. First one is, yeah, the first prerequisite is, mm, okay. So hope all of you who joined to this course, you should have a basic degree, right? Like BE, BSc, or anything. And in case if you have completed only diploma, you can skip this meeting as it will not be helpful for you. Okay, so this is the first prerequisite. And second one, those who don't have technical knowledge. Okay, related to Salesforce. Okay, you can stay back. Others, if you're already experienced with Salesforce, right? Or if you already know Salesforce admin, and if you're here just to listen what I'm going to teach, definitely it will not be for you because it is the course which will help freshers to get into the technical domain. Okay, so that is the purpose of this training. Okay, so hope you can understand what I'm trying to say, right? And then the peoples wants to switch from non-IT to IT. Okay, so those are all eligible to attend this course. And I told you this point already. Anyway, if you are a fresher, yes, you are always eligible to attend this course. Okay, and fifth one, this is a limited version of the course. Okay, where you can learn only Salesforce admin related topics. Okay, so these are the things that would be like a prerequisite. So anyone like is not coming from this boundary. Like if you are out of this boundary, just let me know. You can skip this training session. Okay, hope it's clear, right? Okay, so before entering into the session. So these are the prerequisites. If you anyone newly joined, okay, so try to be aware of these prerequisites. And I request not to record this session as this is a copyrights protected video. This video will be available later if you want to listen it. Okay, but for now I request not to record this session. Okay, so this will take you to the legal issues, or downloading from anywhere, or if you're sharing this video to anyone. Okay, or if you're doing the screen recording and if you're posting somewhere else, so nothing should be happen. Okay, so this is a kind of initiative which is taken by me to help the person who wants to switch their career to Salesforce. Okay, so I request to provide your support for this entire course till it completed. Okay, so these are the prerequisite that you should know. So anyone has any questions, yes, you can let me know. So I'll just give a pass. If you have any questions or if you want to clarify anything, just let me know. So this is what I have decided and this is I'm going to do. So introduction about me, yes, we can talk about more on that. So before that, I have 10 years of experience in IT as well as I have more than 6 years of experience in Salesforce training. So this is what my experience. And you really don't need to know about me because here we are just to learn about Salesforce. Okay, right. So anything else like before starting the session, anyone has any questions? Anything wants to clarify? If yes, please unmute yourself and you can just come up with your question.
Hi, so like how many days this admin session will be?
So I was actually planning to take this session for 3 weeks. Okay, so we'll see if we are going good, we can complete before that. In case if you are going slow, it may take 3 to 4 weeks.
Okay, and it will be on a daily basis, right?
For now, I'm planning for daily basis. So maybe in case if I have any urgent work, maybe on that day I may skip. But yes, so from today it will be on daily basis.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Anyone else? Okay, so I'll take it as no questions. In case, okay, so feel free to unmute yourself and you can ask your question. Whoever is here, no one knows anyone, right? So you can directly ask me your question if you have anything. Even if you feel it's a very basic question, yes, no problem. Okay, you can ask your question. Right. So let's get into Salesforce. So all of here are going to learn about Salesforce, right? So before learning about Salesforce, I hope some of you already have basic knowledge. Yes, if you have basic knowledge, that is well and good. But still, I am just going to take some history. Okay. So first of all, what is Salesforce? That we should know. Before before getting to Salesforce, we should know some basic terms and terminologies in order to understand more about Salesforce. Okay. Right. If you take software, right? If you take software, all of you know why we are going behind the software just to minimize our work effort, right? So not only to minimize our work effort, like whichever that humans cannot do, softwares can do that, right? So if you take software, software is having two types of services. One is on premise and second one is on demand. Okay, there are two types of services available in software industry. So on-premise services means a software which doesn't, I mean, which needs installation. Okay. For example, if you take MS Office, right? Or if you take about Java, right? Or if you take .NET, whichever the softwares that you take, everything needs installation, right? So without installing the software, you cannot able to work. So these kind of softwares, we used to call it as on-premise software. Okay. And next one, on-demand software, which we don't need any software, we just need internet. Okay. If we have internet, yes, we can develop applications. If we have just internet, we can develop applications and we can work without installing anything. We can work with the application. So that is called on-demand softwares, right? For example, if you take Gmail, right? You really don't need to install anything. If you take Facebook, you really don't need to install anything. If you take Naukri, LinkedIn, right? So none of the software which actually requires installation. So without any installation, just by signing up with our user ID and password, right? And just by signing in, we can just by using our credentials, we can start work with this, right? We can start work and we can start utilizing their services. So these are known as on-demand software services. So hope you have a clear picture about what is mean by on-premise and what is mean by on-demand. So is there any doubts in this? If you have any doubts, I'm ready to clear. I'm just giving you a pass. If you want, you can clarify any of your doubts. So this is just a basic terms and terminologies which we need to know before jumping into Salesforce. Yes, obviously, like what is mean by on-premise, what is mean by on-demand. So that is what we just need to know. So any questions, anything would you like to ask? Anyone has any questions, just let me know. So far it's clear, right? Okay. So let me talk about a word called CRM. Okay. CRM means customer relationship management. Okay. So this is the expansion or abbreviation for CRM. Okay. This is the expansion or abbreviation for CRM. Getting keep on notifications, I'm not sure. Okay. Right. So CRM means, again, I'm going to talk about the same thing which we have just seen previously. In CRM, again we have same on-premise CRM and on-demand CRM. Okay. So what is mean by CRM first of all? CRM is just a tool. Okay. It's just a tool which helps you to automate any business process. Which helps to automate any business process. That is a CRM tool. So again, in CRM, we have two types of CRM. One is on-premise and one is on-demand. You very well know that what is on-premise and on-demand, right? Right. So I'm not going into very deep. Okay. So these are the high level informations. It's sufficient to understand about all those things. Right. So now we'll come into Salesforce. What is Salesforce? Okay. Salesforce is a on-demand CRM, right? So if I say directly on-demand CRM, you might be having lot of questions. Now you must be aware of what is mean by on-demand and what is mean by CRM, right? So on-demand CRM means it's nothing but cloud-based tool. Okay, so that is called on-demand CRM. Okay, so everything that we are going to do with internet, we are not going to do any installation. Okay, we are just going to sign up with Salesforce and we are going to start using the Salesforce tool. Okay, and there is a small history about Salesforce. Okay, the person who invented the Salesforce, the name of the person is Mark Benioff. Okay, right? So he is the person who invented the Salesforce at 1999, and he was a ex Oracle employee, and he came out from the company and he started a new industry called Salesforce. So Salesforce is a purely on-demand tool. Okay. So when you talk about on-demand, you should know the three types of on-demand services. Okay. Right. So first one is software as a service. So many of you already know, but you just need to bear with us because so many of us in this group they don't know what is meant by software, they don't know anything, so we have to cover for them. Okay, and second one is platform as a service. Okay, and the third one is infrastructure as a service. Okay, so now we'll just talk about all those things. What is meant by software as a service, what is meant by platform as a service, what is meant by infrastructure as a service. Okay. The first one is software as a service. Just few minutes before we just talk about, right? Gmail, Facebook, right? Etc. So these are the organizations. Okay. So these are the organization who provide software as a service and infrastructure as a service. Okay, so if you want to understand what is meant by software as a service, it's very pretty simple. Okay, by default you are not going to create any applications. Gmail is already developed a application, Facebook is already developed a application, and they have made it commercial use, so everyone can just sign up with their applications and they can start use it. Okay, the application which is already built, you can call it as built-in application, right? So built-in applications means the applications which is already prepared by the organization and they made it available for use, right? So here you are not going to do any development activities. Just already the application is ready. You're just going to sign up and you're going to use it, right? So that kind of services is known as software as a service. Okay. So platform as a service, providing a development environment. Okay. So providing a development environment is nothing but platform as a service. What is mean by the development environment? So development environments, suppose if you are working with C, C++, Java or any softwares, you have some editors, right? You have some editors where to write a code. So that kind of editors service providers will give over the internet, over the cloud, within the on-demand services. Okay, So that kind of services is called platform as a service. So if you take Gmail, Facebook, they are not providing any platform as a service because they doesn't require to give a platform as a service. Okay, so they just manage the applications. They will itself do development. They will make you to work with their applications, right? So in case if you want to customize any applications on your own, so providing a development environment, which is nothing but platform as a service. And the third one is infrastructure as a service. Suppose if you take any software, it requires updates, right? And it requires servers, right? There are so many things which requires in order to maintain a software, right? Storage, etc. We have so many things. So these are all nothing but providing all those things over the internet, which is nothing but infrastructure as a service. So if you take Gmail or if you take Drive, right? If you take Gmail Drive, right? If you take Gmail Drive, you can store some you can store some files, right? You can store some files till 15 GB for free, right? So they are providing 15 GB as a free service. I mean, if you want to extend your storage, yes, you can always purchase, right? So that kind of services they are providing over the internet, like a cloud storage. And if you talk about servers, right? So you never see a service provider which going under construction, right? So if you take Google website, right? If you take Google website, it will be available for you in 24 bar 7, right? So if you take a Google website, you never see that website is down. It will be come back in after some time, right? Google is under maintenance. It will be come back after some time. So you cannot see that kind of message in Google because Google maintains tons of servers, right? Google maintains so much of servers. It maintains within a specific location, they maintain thousands of servers. So in case if one server is stopped giving the service to you, another service will pick it up and it will start providing the services. So in that case, without any interruption, you will get service from Google, right? And suppose say that in case if there are any updates behind the software, you don't need to go and you don't need to click update, you don't need to do anything. Everything will be taken care of by service provider. Okay, so doing those kind of service over the cloud is nothing but infrastructure as a service. Okay, so the reason behind why I'm explaining all those things, because Salesforce is having all those facilities. So Salesforce is providing software as a service. Okay, how Salesforce is providing software as a service, because Salesforce is having some inbuilt application called sales, service, marketing, etc., 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 right? So there are so many applications by default Salesforce has provided as a inbuilt application. So you really don't need to develop anything. If you, I mean, in case if your client requires anything from the market where they can start doing their business. Okay, so in case if they want to start any business, they can just purchase Salesforce and they can start using with these applications itself. So providing the applications, okay, over the internet is nothing but software as a service. Salesforce does this work, okay, and Salesforce providing a development environment, okay. They also provide a development environment in case what the application Salesforce gives, I'm not satisfied with that. I want to do some development activities, okay. So in case if you want to do any development, Salesforce gives a platform called force.com. By using that platform, you can customize or you can create new applications within Salesforce. Okay, and infrastructure as a service, as you can manage Salesforce itself manage storages, servers, and then versioning updates. Salesforce itself will take care of all those things. Okay, so this is what Salesforce does. So this is the brief introduction about Salesforce. Hope it's clear, right? So let me give a pass. If you want to clarify anything, yes, you can clarify it. Any questions? It's time for your questions. So you can unmute yourself if you want to clarify anything. Yes, you can clarify, and then we can proceed further.
So I have a doubt.
Sure, sure, no problem.
What is your infrastructure as a service?
Infrastructure as a service, suppose say that you're using Play Store, right? You must be
Yes.
using Play Store. You have installed a application called WhatsApp, right?
Hmm.
And every time, like after some time, there would be some updates, right?
Yes.
You just need to go to Play Store and you need to select this button update, and then the application will become up to date,
Yes.
right? So that is kind of a on-premise service. Okay. So doing the update on your own, and then maintaining the servers on your own, maintaining the storage spaces on your own, those are called on-premise services. So infrastructure is one type of on-demand service. Okay, so if you take
Okay.
Gmail, for example, I'll go to Gmail. Okay,
Hmm.
I'll just open a drive. Where is the drive? I'll just open a drive. So in
Hmm.
this drive, you can see the storages by storage. I'll
Hmm.
just give by storage.
Hmm.
So if you see, by default 15 GB they are given for free.
Yes.
And if you want additional storage, yes, you have an option. You can go for 100 GB by paying some money. Not only that, they have different types of license where you can opt that one. So this storage you're not going to manage. It's going to manage by Google, right?
Yes.
So maintaining the storage services and doing the version updates and then doing all those things, taking care of securities, taking care of service over the internet is nothing but infrastructure as a service.
Oh, okay, okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay, hope it's clear, right?
Yes, clear.
Okay, fine. So any other questions? Mhm. Okay, so then let's move further. Right. So if you're done with your questions, yes, you can go on mute. I'll just move further. Right. Why Salesforce? We have, do we have any competitors for Salesforce? If yes, why not we select other brands when compared with Salesforce? What would be the reason that we need to go behind Salesforce? Any idea? Have anyone? If you have any idea, yes, you can give your ideas. If you don't have any ideas, yes, I'll just start proceeding it. Anyone has to give any suggestions on this? Anyone want to comment on this? Why we need to choose Salesforce? No?
I think SAP is a competitor.
Okay, yes, it's a good answer. Yes, SAP is one of the competitor, but why we need to choose Salesforce if we
I
have SAP?
think I think it is accessible from like anywhere.
Okay, right. That's one of the good answer. Any others, like any
Uh,
other
Low cost
uses?
uh, as compared to competitor.
Sorry,
Low cost.
low cost.
as compared to others?
Mm, so many of you might know Zoho CRM. It is very cheap when compared with Salesforce. Then still, why Salesforce?
Yeah, but quality of services
Yeah,
provided
that's one
maybe.
of the best answer. Yes. Okay. So at my point of view, okay, this is my own point, okay, and this is not taken from any reference. Maybe this would be the answer. So Salesforce growth with other applications. I'm just doing a random search. Okay, I'm just doing a random search. I'll just take some images. Okay, so I have so many images. Randomly again, I'll take some image. Mm, Copy image, say paste. Okay. So I have done some random search. I got some graph and I got some insights about the revenue information. Here, this is the graph um, which is has been taken 2 years back. Why don't we take recent graph till 2021 at least? Graph till 2018, graph till 2017, graph till 2021. 17. This is 2018. Okay, no problem. So let me talk about this graph. You can do a search later. Okay, so just don't want to take a time. Okay, so this is the graph till 2020, almost 2 years back. Okay, so 2 years back, okay, if you just compare the share revenue market share worldwide. Here you can see revenue market share worldwide. Okay, so you can see these are the competitors for Salesforce: Oracle, SAP, Adobe, Microsoft. Microsoft is using a CRM called Dynamics. Adobe is having their own CRM. SAP is having their own CRM. Or Oracle is having their own CRM. Everyone does. Okay, but you can see the second competitor for Salesforce is Oracle. They are producing the market revenue is 5.3 percentage. But you can see when compared with the previous year, each and every year, if you compare Salesforce, Salesforce is the only one which is having a huge growth, right? So what we are going to do with this? Is there any use for us? This is not use for us. Salesforce is generating huge market revenue share, then it is used for Salesforce only. Salesforce is generating biggest market revenue, right? So Salesforce is enjoying, they will earn and they will do everything. But here, what I'm trying to do is, I'm just trying to make you understand one thing. So if we have huge number of demand, what exactly will happen? If we have huge number of demand, simple. There are so many projects which will come into market, right? The number of projects will get increased, right? And if the projects will get increased, obviously employee demands will get increased, right? And then as Salesforce is having less employees when compared with the other technologies, right? And you can see the maximum person might be 10 to 12 years of experience in Salesforce. This would be like a average huge number. Okay, so because mostly Salesforce, most of the persons they started learn Salesforce from 2015 16 like that. Now we have 3 plus years, 4 plus years, 5 plus years, we have a huge demand on that. Okay, so previously we don't even have that one. Okay, so obviously, if we have less resources, right, we will get good pay as well as we will get good jobs in good industries, right? Now, Salesforce customers. Who are all Salesforce customers? Any idea? So this is one of the reason why we need to go for Salesforce. This would be the beneficial for us, right? So if you are having the growth with other technologies in Salesforce, you will be having more growth when compared with other technologies. Okay, so this is the one of the reason, and one another reason, yes, it's a new technology and it's a purely on demand, and it's a number one CRM. Okay, so there are so many reasons that is fine. Okay, so we can adopt Salesforce for specific license. Okay, so that one we will talk about later. And who are all the customers or Salesforce? Where we can find the customers information. Okay, that also I'll just show you. Again, I'll just do some random search. Salesforce customer stories. Okay, and here you can see these are all the industries which Salesforce deals with. Okay, Salesforce deals with almost all types of industries, and they deals with all types of products, and they deals with all types of business size, and they deals with all types of business types. Okay, so for example, everyone knows this brand, right? Mahindra, right? Mahindra is using Salesforce. Godrej is using Salesforce. Tata Click using Salesforce, right? Even if you just go to next page, you can see the top brands, right? Apsys, Leica, Panasonic, Genpact, right? You can see all are the top brands which they use Salesforce. Okay, all top brands that they will use Salesforce. But it depends upon the license, what they exactly need. Okay, so Salesforce customers information, if you want, please visit Salesforce website and then explore about the Salesforce client informations. Okay, so far it's clear, right? Any doubts or anything would you like to clarify? These are the just stories that why we need to go for Salesforce. Okay, so we can jump into some technical information now itself. So first of all, we'll talk about editions and license. Okay, so if you take even drive, which we were talking about few minutes back, right? If you talk about drive, okay, what exactly this basic, standard, premium, it is type of a license, right? If you purchase premium license, you will get premium features. If you purchase standard license, you will get standard features. The features will be explained here. Okay, and so if you purchase premium, you will get more storage. Okay, so the person who needs 100 GB, okay, and the person who needs 200 GB, they can go for that specific offer. But here a question: why we need to purchase this product? Okay, why don't we purchase a standard hard disk and we can store our data instead of storing into Google? Why we need to purchase this one? Okay, the reason behind this, okay, in case if you are purchasing a hardware, okay, what will happen? There might be issues, Okay, there would be some hardware issues will come. Okay, so you might lose data, right? And suppose say that if your project is running for 1 year, okay, and you have purchased a hard disk to store the data for 1 year, and after 1 year the client is away from you, you have developed a project and you have developed and very well, and the client has utilized your service, and right now they moved away from you, they got sign off from you. Okay, so if that is the case, after 1 year, what what is the use of that hard disk, right? And you have purchased some 2 TB, okay, and you have only some 100 GB of data. What is the necessity of purchasing the 2 GB? Okay, so it is it's pretty simple. It's a kind of a rental concept. Okay, what Google provide is kind of a rental concept. What you can do is you can just purchase for time being. Okay, you will not face any hardware issues, right? Because they will maintain some super hardwares which you will not face any time. And it is like after 1 year, if you don't want to use any hard disk, yes, you can stop paying this one, right? You can just purchase it for rental basis and you can utilize it for a month, right? And after that you really don't need to use it if you really don't need it. Okay, and suppose it is not like that you need to always purchase the 2 TB, right? Here you have an option, you can go for a option based on your size. In case if you are trying to exceed your size, just update your package, right? So those kind of advantages when we are trying to opt cloud based products. Okay, so now we'll come back to Salesforce. In a similar way, Salesforce is having some license. Okay, so I'll just search for Salesforce pricing and edition. Copy image, copy image not there, so I'll take a screenshot. New, take a screenshot, copy, and I'll just do a paste here. Okay, right. So Salesforce in Sales Cloud product, whatever we are talking, it's about Sales Cloud product. Okay, so products, yes, will come back after some time. So right now, this is about Sales Cloud product. What is Sales Cloud product? I'll explain, don't worry. Mm, so this one is, we have four types of license. One is essential, one is professional, one is enterprise, one is unlimited, right? So there are four types of licenses available. So how this license will work? Okay, first we'll talk about essential. Okay, so $25 is this is one license, right? So 25 into 12, what is the answer for 25 into 12? Any idea? I'm little weak in calculating those things. 1 second. Let me calculate here itself. 25 into 12. So which is comes to 300. Okay. So why I'm multiplying with 12? Because Salesforce will not provide this license on monthly basis. Okay, it is $25 per month for one user, which will bills annually. Okay, you can use it only for annual basis. Okay, but this is for one user. Suppose if you are having two users, then you have to pay 2 into 300, which is $600, right? So this is how Salesforce works. Okay, this is how the Salesforce license works. Okay, in a similar way, other license, professional means it's 75, enterprise means it's 150, unlimited means it's 300. Okay, so these are the license which you really don't need to purchase. Your client will purchase. Okay, suppose if you are going to work for some big client, suppose take Johnson and Johnson is a very big client for Salesforce. It's a diamond client for Salesforce. Okay, suppose I'm taking an example. I'm not sure whether they are using Salesforce or not. Okay, this is just an example. They might use Salesforce. So in case if Johnson and Johnson is a very big company, if they want to use Salesforce, right? They cannot go for this $25. Okay, obviously they need to go for $300 because um, they have very big network. They will purchase $300. They will be might be having 70,000 users around the world, right? So like this, Salesforce, they will acquire Salesforce based on the license. Okay. So now, what is the difference between these types? There are lots of difference between this license. Okay, if you want to explore that one, so you can please visit this website. Okay, if you just go to the bottom here, you have one chart. Okay, so please go to the chart and you can see more informations. Okay, even if you go through more about this, you might not understand. Okay, I'll just give some basic information. The first one, if you want to do any code related activities, if you want to do code related development, okay, you really cannot do in professional and essential. Okay, the code related development can be done only in unlimited and enterprise. Okay, suppose say that if your client, you are working for Johnson and Johnson or you are working for some other client, so you really need to suggest them based on their strength, like based on their requirement, what exactly they might needed. Okay, so they might needed unlimited edition, they might needed enterprise edition for their automation. Okay, so suppose it is a basic example. If you want to do any code related activities, you really need to go for this enterprise and unlimited. Okay, so here you cannot do any code related activities. Okay, so these are the major difference. And next one, storage. Okay, so if you talk about storage, essential will be having limited storage, professional will be having little more storage. When compared with essential and professional, enterprise and unlimited will be having more number of storage. Okay, so the second one is storage. Okay, so based on the storage capabilities, based on the number of users, based on the uh, implementation, based on the implementation that you need to suggest your client which license they need to purchase. Apart from these licenses, okay, we have one more license called Developer Edition in Salesforce. Okay, why this Developer Edition when we have these four types of licenses? Okay, and the advantages of Developer Edition, right? Maximum you can do whatever the implementation that you are doing in unlimited, right? You can almost implement all the implementation in the developer edition. Okay, but with some restriction. The first restriction is, okay, and the first advantage is this is free. Okay, anyone can sign up with this and anyone can use this one. Okay, and the second advantage is almost unlimited features will be there, almost, not exactly. Okay, features will be there. And the restrictions are, Okay, if you're not logged in for 6 months, the org will get auto expire. Okay, and the second one is the storage. Okay, it is a major thing. Storage. So if you talk about storage, right? File storage, they will give maximum of 20 MB, right? Data storage, they will give maximum of 5 MB. Okay, and with proper license, max users they can give only 2 users. Okay, with proper license, I'll just explain you going forward what is proper license, why I'm stressing the word called proper license. Okay, you will get to know later. Okay, so suppose say that if I'm running a business, small scale business, and that business is having only 2 users, me and my partner, only 2 users, and we have only 10 clients for my business. 20 MB of file storage is sufficient, and then 5 MB of data storage is sufficient. If that is my requirement, I can go and sign up with developer edition. I can use it. Salesforce doesn't mind if you're using their product for free if you're having very small scale industry. Okay, but definitely 20 MB and 5 MB is very less. Okay, so this developer edition is dedicated for developers who wants to learn Salesforce. Okay, because almost all unlimited features are that you can do code level development, you can do integration, you can do all those things. You can practice here and you can explore all the features. If you are well versed in the developer edition, obviously you will get to know how to work with the other licenses and other editions. Okay, so hope till it's clear. Okay, so in tomorrow's session, right, we'll just see how to sign up with this developer edition and how to create a new org for your business and how to do development activities and what kind of developments that we can do it in Salesforce and what are the options that we have to do development. So we will cover all those things in the upcoming sessions. For now, today's session is over. So if you have any questions, I'll give a pass. Yes, you can ask your question. So I hope this session is little interesting and interactive. In case if you want to discuss anything, yes, it is your time to have a discussion with me. Like it is your chance if in case if you want to clarify any doubts, please utilize the chances. Anyone have any questions? So can I take it as no?
Hello, sir.
Yes, yes, please.
Uh, I want to know the job opportunities for freshers in Salesforce.
To be honest, I really don't want to give any false information. To be honest, I'll just tell you, job opening for freshers is there, but it is less when compared with uh, earlier. Okay, but it is still there. There are so many companies who hires Salesforce freshers. Okay, but the thing is, previously, if you know, like out of 100%, if you know 10% or 15% of Salesforce, if you know what is what in Salesforce, they will ready to hire. But nowadays, there are little more competitive in the market. So even fresher should know admin as well as development activities. So only those candidates where the industry will prefer. But it is there. Maybe at
So
the end of this course, I'll. Sorry.
uh, what actually I wanted to know is I'm from agriculture engineering background.
Okay.
Uh, but I want to switch for Salesforce. So I
Okay,
was having the basic knowledge of Java for Apex and
okay,
HTML.
okay.
I want to know that whether it is whether there will be opportunities after completely learning the Salesforce, or it will be a drawback for me because I am from the non-IT background.
No, no, there is no drawback. Okay, so what I am saying is, irrespective of your background, okay, if you have a degree that is sufficient, irrespective of your background, in case if you learn Salesforce completely, and if you very good in technicals, if you are good enough in technical skills, definitely you have a chance to get into Salesforce fresher. It is not depends on your background, because I can see there are so many non-IT peoples they are coming inside Salesforce. Hope I answered your question.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Anyone else? I can share this recording via YouTube, but not now, after ending this course, okay? Because if I share the recordings, I may lose the audience in the upcoming sessions, so I really don't want to do that. Maybe so after completing all those sessions, I'll just post it in YouTube and I'll just share the links. So this is the plan. Okay, so I am going to complete about the admin. So what is admin and what is development? So those things we'll talk about tomorrow. Okay, so without missing the tomorrow session, I request everyone please attend tomorrow's session. So today we just came to know the basic informations about Salesforce. Tomorrow we'll just do some deep dive into Salesforce. So before closing the call, anyone have any questions? I'll take this session maximum of 45 to 45 minutes to 50 minutes. Okay, that would be sufficient. If I make you overload, definitely you will lose your concentration. You will not having the concentration to learn this technology. Okay, so before closing the session, anyone has any questions? Okay, so let me take this as no. If you have any questions, yes, you can unmute yourself. We have 2 more minutes. Mm, okay, fine then. So take care, have a great day. So see you on tomorrow. Thank you.